Where Rockford's own Bad Brad Hefton puts his world heavyweight title on the line against Curtis Cowboy Crandall. Jack Edwards and John Worley were there for the action.
12 rounds. And interestingly enough, John Monzak, the trainer for Hefton, has intimated that he may even have Hefton nearly forfeit the first 2 or 3 rounds. He told me that this afternoon, saying that he may just have Hefton let Crandall punch himself out in the first few rounds. He's a slow starter anyway. I don't know if you can do that against Crandall with his reputation.
He's very, very dangerous. I think they've got to be extremely careful. If they've told Brad to get out there and move around and not get hit, that may be not too bad to kind of get the wedge off, because Brad has had a tendency to be hit in the first couple of rounds. He comes out there usually real tight, real tense, very, very psyched up.
Only 4 pounds difference between the fighters, 189 for Crandall and 193 for Hefton.
The big advantage goes to Hefton on the reach, though. He's 6'3", while Crandall's only 5'11". That 4-inch reach could be a major factor. Crandall will have difficulty kicking with Brad Hefton. Brad Hefton, one of the finest kickers in the sport, regardless of weight. Certainly the best heavyweight kicker we've ever seen. Hefton has been especially susceptible to the left hand. Don Nielsen landed a good, strong left hand on Hefton and put him down. Crandall fights left side forward, so the southpaw stance is not a factor in this particular fight. Crandall looking very strong as he puts Hefton on the ropes.
Going body shots, then the uppercut, trying to get it between the hands. Hefton very vocal. Grunts on nearly every punch. Winding down the final few seconds of the first round. This is scheduled for 12. PKA World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Stay with us for more action from Rockford, Illinois.
Moving out of that one kick and getting back inside, and then he lands a punch right on the back of the head, which is not a legal target. Did stop Brad from hitting it.
Round 2, scheduled for 12. PKA World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Curtis Crandall in the black trunks. Brad Hefton, the champion, in his 6th defense in the blue pants.
Hefton has that kicking advantage, that long reach, that front leg is giving Crandall some problems. And he seems just a little bit confused. He's been not accustomed to fighting bigger guys. That may be causing some problems.
Hefton with a surge across the ring, but Crandall didn't absorb too much punishment.
Hefton looks to me like he was setting up a kick to the head, then he threw kind of a fake to the stomach area. Crandall took the fake. Hefton may be setting up a round kick up to the head.
Hefton chopping down.
Crandall took that one up high on the head there. I don't think it really hurt him. He probably felt how hard Hefton can hit, though. May have impressed him a little bit. Looks to me like Crandall is trying to figure out how to get inside where he can land the short right hand. That's really what he needs. The short right hand followed with a left hook. Because Hefton's kicking ability is making it hard for him to fight at a distance. There's that round kick to the head.
Hefton with the right, and he scores with it. Hefton spins and blasts. End of round 2.
You see Hefton moving across there, kind of faking with the front leg, throws the round kick up high, follows with a right hand, good sharp right hand. He did a good job of working. And here's that jump back kick that Crandall kind of ducked right into. Hefton does that as well as anybody, with the exception of maybe Jerry Clark.
Third round. How do you have it on your card, John Worley?
I gave the first 2 rounds to Hefton on kind of a narrow 10-9, so I've got him up 20-18. As he lands a kick to the head, Crandall kind of giggled about it, but I don't think he really liked it all that much.
Jack Edwards and John Worley with you from Rockford, Illinois. This is the PKA Heavyweight World Championship fight between the challenger Curtis Crandall and the champion Brad Hefton. Scheduled for 12.
In the corner, they were telling, Bill McDonald was telling Cowboy Crandall that you're going to have to create your openings. You're going to have to go inside. You can't wait on him, and that seems to be what he's doing this round. These two fighters fought early in their careers. They fought in a 7-round fight before Hefton was the champion. Hefton winning a unanimous decision in that one. Hard body shot there by Hefton.
Hefton glancing to see how many kicks he had taken in the round. How's that for composure? And now he has reached the mandatory 8.
Well, Hefton's not a guy that looks for 8 kicks. He's a guy that uses those kicks throughout the round. He'll throw as many kicks in the last minute as he does in the first. So far, I'm very impressed with Hefton. He really seems to have his concentration down.
A composed champion looking for the opening against Curtis Crandall, who is in for one of the matches of his life. We'll be back to Rockford, Illinois for more PKA action. Zach says that Hefton is a programmable fighter, and he obviously has the right program in him tonight.
I've often thought that Hefton came out too psyched up as we see him throw a nice spinning back kick. Crandall was very lucky to get his hands up and out of range of that one. I've often thought that Hefton got too fired up when he came into the ring, and it took him 2 or 3 rounds to kind of get beyond that. Tonight he doesn't show that. He seems to be very composed. He really looks like he's got his concentration going, doing a good job.
And we're now into the 4th round of a scheduled 12, and this is usually where Hefton really picks it up. He has nothing to recover from on this occasion. And we'll see how Curtis Crandall can answer. He is already in a hole. Hefton scores, Crandall tries to counter.
Hefton really doing a good job using the kicking advantage. Crandall has to do this. He's got to throw a lot of kicks and go ahead and get inside, and he's doing a good job. That's the best flurry of the fight for Curtis Crandall.
The sheer force of Hefton's kicks has to be taking something out of Crandall. Even blocking those with the arms, he has to be taking a great deal of abuse.
It really does. It drains you every time one of those back roundhouse kicks is slammed into your body or into your arms. It takes out a little more of the strength that you had when you got into the ring.
Hefton scores!
Crandall took that kick, I think, on his arms, but it
He's
bounced
bleeding
him back.
from the nose. Curtis Crandall is bleeding from the nose, both nostrils. A chopping right. Hefton in close. Crandall scoring with the left. The uppercut did get through.
Crandall really is having the best round of the fight so far. He's been able to get inside more frequently.
The left scored, but Crandall answered with the right.
Hefton was a little shaken on that right hand.
Hefton missing. And Crandall has come back a little bit in the 4th round. Here's a glance at the round just passed. as Crandall seemed to find himself a little bit.
Crandall throws a good sharp right hand that catches Hefton right on the face and certainly got his attention. I think he got a little respect there from Brad Hefton on that one right hand.
Well, this fight certainly has not gone to the chart that Brad Hefton is accustomed to.
A little bit of surprise that he did come out and start off a little more traditionally. That's the way most guys do it. They come out and use a couple rounds to figure out and then start to open up.
Round 5. Curtis Crandall in the black pants. And down he goes! Hefton scoring with the left hook.
The round kick to the face landed right on the side of Crandall's head, and down he went. He was hurt.
Crandall still wobbling. Hefton wades in. Misses with the kick, but not by much. Wild miss by Crandall. Crandall is not sharp.
No, he's
Hefton
still hurt.
buries him with the right. Moves in. Crandall covering up. Takes a blast to the head. Hefton measuring his target. Scores with the right. Crandall still staggered. Just trying to survive the round. We are in the 5th round. Hefton tees off. Crandall still wobbling. Hefton tags him twice, 3 times. A wild miss.
Crandall's trying to get it back now. He just keeping his hand up, trying to keep from getting hit with anything.
Hefton drives him into the corner again. The crowd wants the put away as we count down the final seconds. Crandall staggered. Counting down round 5. Curtis Crandall will survive the round, but not by much. Early in the round, Crandall was in trouble.
You got to have 9 kicks, okay? And you got to get them quick. You got to get them quick. Get them quick.
You see now that Crandall's moving back into the ropes. He still hasn't got it back yet. And Hefton just teeing off, jump back kick that hits the hands, gets through and smashes Crandall in the face.
Curtis Crandall needs 9 kicks in the 6th round.
This puts him at a distinct disadvantage when he's behind on kicks. Hefton.
How's your scorebook look right now, John Worley?
I've got Hefton up 49-45. Actually, with the 1-point penalty, that'll bring it down to 44 for Crandall. So I've got him way in front.
Hefton clearly in control. And Crandall gets his foot caught up on the ropes. He needs 2 more.
Crandall still looks like he's just hanging on.
And Crandall has his kicks in, but getting your minimum kicks in and taking the championship away from the world heavyweight title holder is another thing altogether.
Crandall seems to have his concentration back pretty well now. I think he's probably okay. But that knockdown did take a lot out of him.
Hefton is not blocking all of those. And now he counters off the ropes.
Hefton seemingly wanted to let Crandall burn out a little bit to see if he had much steam left.
Final half minute of round number 6. Hefton in his 6th title defense. We are halfway through this championship bout. Stay with us. Rockford, Illinois. Jack Edwards along with John Worley. This is the PKA World Heavyweight Championship bout between the title holder Brad Hefton and the challenger Curtis Crandall. With the exception of round number 4, it has been a long evening for Mr. Crandall.
He just has not been able to deal with Brad Hefton. He'll join a long list if something doesn't change pretty quick. The reach advantage that Hefton has makes it awfully hard for Crandall. Crandall's given up 4 inches, and he just can't get inside, and when he does, he runs into things to get there.
Caution. Crandall lunging and holding it off. Crandall misses and stumbles.
Assuming that Crandall goes on and doesn't win this fight, and of course certainly it looks right now that Brad Hefton is in solid control, and I expect that he'll drop back down in that light heavyweight division where he will be able to give a lot of trouble to Rob Salazar and to Dennis Alexio, the world champion.
Crandall scores with the uppercut and another. Hefton is not laboring though. Again, Crandall a bit off balance. Signs of fatigue perhaps beginning to show.
I guess I should not sign his obituary just yet. Hefton certainly does seem to be in charge.
The blasting kicks by Hefton are taking their measure on Crandall. If Hefton is able to score a later round knockout, these early kicks are certainly contributing to that end.
Well, Crandall just hasn't had nearly as much speed or snap since the knockdown where Hefton caught him with the round kick. He just hasn't been the same ever since then.
We are through 7 rounds in Rockford, Illinois.
Well, they have to be a little disheartened in that corner. However, Crandall's over there smiling. He says, "I'm still here. I'm still in it."
Hefton being told as he enters round 8, jab and kick, jab and kick. So far, he's been doing that. Is it lopsided on your scorecard right now, John?
Well, it really is. Yeah, I've got Hefton up by 7 points. That's an awful big lead. Crandall obviously is going to have to do something pretty impressive here to pull this one out. And it's not going to be doing it that way. Hefton just showed good kicking ability. He had his foot up on Crandall's chest and stopped for an instant, and then just went ahead and picked it up and kicked him in the head.
The crowd on the edge of control.
Hefton is a huge hero here in Rockford, Illinois. It'll take him 45 minutes to get out of this ring after the fight if he wins tonight, because he'll have a line all the way from here to the door.
Crandall throwing punches but not doing much damage as Hefton scores with the uppercut. Crandall got the jab in.
Crandall's having more success because Hefton is standing there and letting him wail away. I'm sure John Monzak's going to get on him between rounds and tell him, don't stand there in the corner, don't stand and wait on him, move.
Takes a shot to the chest, and one to the head, and another. But he lasts out another round, the 8th. Jack Edwards with John Worley, and John, the ways in which that man, Brad Hefton, can be beaten by this man, Curtis Crandall, are pretty limited right now.
It's going to have to be pretty much a knockout, I think. There's no question about that. Crandall's way down on points.
9th round, and he takes a shot to the face to open it up.
Hefton pulling out all he has, everything, every trick in the bag. We've seen round kicks to the head jump back kicks to the face. We've seen a jump side kick. This is not something you see very often. Front kicks, everything. Hefton is hitting with everything there is. There's another round kick, lands on the head.
It has been the consistency and power of his ability to score with the feet which has had the most profound effect on Crandall's stamina.
Crandall jumping in there, trying anything. He's just on desperation at this point. You got to give him credit for coming in here and trying, but he just does not have the reach, doesn't have the kicking ability to match the heavyweight champion, Brad Hefton.
That Crandall is still standing is a tribute to his conditioning because the lights nearly went out in the 5th round. That was the round in which Hefton came out and scored the knockdown almost immediately. And Crandall was staggering about the ring for a good 45 seconds afterwards. Hefton got his left caught in the ropes.
That was lucky for Crandall. He should have had put him in the ropes more often. He could have used a little more now.
Hefton in complete control, keeping his range, looking for the home run. And there it is! Good night, Mr. Crandall! The winner by knockout in the 9th round and still heavyweight champion of the world, Bad Brad Hefton.
There's that same front leg round kick. They say you can't hit with power up the front leg. Brad Hefton showed tremendous power on 2 occasions. Curtis Crandall's over there. He's on the stool. He's sitting on the stool. But Hefton landed with amazing power. Round kick to the face, and that was it for Curtis Crandall.
All due credit to Curtis Crandall. He fought a very game fight, and he is back up on his feet. He was coming up a weight class. Brad Hefton, though, clearly showed that he was the superior fighter, a true champion who has now successfully defended his crown 6 times.
Good show of sportsmanship on the part of both Curtis Crandall and Brad Hefton. That's the way you like to see it in. Guys have a lot of respect for each other.
Let's take a look at the one big blast which ended the night for Crandall.
Crandall starts to move away from the right hand. Hefton just pulls back and lands the round kick on the way up, snapping the head around. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot. Crandall's down and out.
One more angle.
Here it is again. He pulls back to get a lot of body weight, a lot of torque, and spins around. Boom, right there. There she goes.